This is the DLLS Mavs pregame show powered by Michelob Ultra. Cheer on your team with Mich Ultra at 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. It's a superior, smooth taste worth playing for. Michelob Ultra is the official beer sponsor of the NBA. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the beautiful DLLS Sports Lounge studio. My name is Bobby Carell. Over the next half hour, we are going to be getting you ready for tip-off in La La Land once again, as the Mavs take on those hated LA Clippers. I'm not alone on this journey. Right here, I got Ron Harrod Jr. Ron, do you want to make
yes, sir.
You want to touch fingers here?
Oh, dang, I did. And yeah,
kind of. That was magical. Yeah. How are you doing
now
today?
We fuse. Doing pretty good. The studio looks beautiful from this angle. I guess when I was there, it was still very nice, but it looks really nice from this viewpoint. So I hope the people that are here are enjoying it as well.
Well, I really appreciate you saying that. I did nothing to set up this set. The person that set up this set actually is right over there. Producer Tanner, what's up?
Hello.
How are you?
Good. I caught up on Stranger Things today, so it's a fun time.
Oh,
no spoiler.
Good
I
show.
won't spoil it.
It only took you 6 years to catch up.
No, I mean, the new episodes just came out Wednesday.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Come on, Bobby.
Well, I saw this YouTuber that I follow did a musical breakdown of how they incorporated Queen's hit "Who Wants to Live Forever" into the trailer. So I thought that was pretty neat.
Yeah.
All right, it's Mavs and Clippers tonight. I'm going to be honest with you right off the top of the show. I'm just going to come out and say it. If you watch this game, you're a little nasty freak. You're a basketball sicko. All right? Tonight is for you and you alone. All the casuals are going doing something fun. They're going to go to bed. If you stay up and watch the game, and especially if you stay up on the postgame show with us, you are the sickest, illest, most in need of morphine person on earth. And I just want to preemptively say thank you very much. Ron, it is the second night of a back-to-back for the Dallas Mavericks. We'll talk about the Clippers here in a minute, but let's start with Dallas. This year so far, they've played 4 games. Tonight is their 5th. In the previous 4 Sega Babas, that's what we call them in the biz, second games of back-to-backs, the Mavs have a 1-3 record, 40% from the floor, 30% from 3, 70% from the free throw line, under 20 assists per game. That is all of their lowest across any number of days off this season. This is game 21 for the Mavs. They have played 13 games this season with 1 day's rest in between games. This is their 5th game with 0 days rest in between games. They have played 2 games all season where they've had more than 1 day rest, and we're not counting the season opener. That doesn't count because you have a million days rest for that one. They have played a S-ton of basketball, and for a team that is as banged up as the Mavs have been, we'll get you the injury report here in a minute, but man, it's a lot of games right out of the gate for them.
I mean, they're playing a ton of games back-to-back. Of course, we talked about that they play a ton of games at home. Now they're playing back-to-back games in Los Angeles. I mean, this team tonight is going up against a team that actually is probably at their healthiest point of their season, really, so far, with like a bunch of their star players available, while the Mavs are resting a ton of their guys who are still recovering from a ton of injuries. It's just going to be interesting to see if they can just kind of just make the game competitive. Maybe we get another clutch game, everybody.
The real intrigue tonight for me, even beyond winners and losers, let's be honest, these teams are both bad. Maybe one of them can sneak in the play-in, but there's probably not room for both of them. And the Mavs are already 0-1 against the Clippers this season, so it's going to be an uphill sled for both teams. But the intrigue for me tonight is to watch how Coop plays. Last night, we kind of both bemoaned his kind of passivity in the first half. He started looking for his own shot a little bit in the second half, but He just didn't do much in the first quarter. And this season, especially on second nights of back-to-backs, he has really struggled. So under 35% from the field, 27% from three, 66% on the free throw line, only 10 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists per game. He's really struggled on second nights of back-to-backs. From your perspective, or maybe it's not even perspective, maybe Coop has talked about it, but why do you think he has struggled so much with 0 days rest?
Well, one, he's been listed on the injury report with an injury. I mean, he's played, he hasn't missed many games, but he still is fighting through he still is getting a stun wrapped to everybody, which is also, I wouldn't be surprised, is affecting his shooting in some ways. I would assume so, even though if we see he's been improving every game. But it's probably just fatigue. In college basketball, you do not play this many games, even really in a season, but definitely not in a 60 to 90 day span. So his 18-year-old body, that's not, 19 to December the 21st, is getting used to playing this many games in this many days. It's a really tough adjustment for a lot of players, but especially for an 18-year-old. I think one of the best quotes was by the number 1 pick of the previous draft, Zachary Risacher, who says, "I was one of the best athletes in France, and then I came to the NBA, and I was just a guy." And this is the number 1 pick of an NBA draft, the draft before Coop. It just shows, like, it doesn't matter if you're overseas, if you're in college, it's a different level of athleticism, and it's a different amount of games that you have to play. And he's still getting used to that.
He is. And, last night, it didn't seem like he was, favoring the left shoulder. It didn't really look like he was laboring at all. And it wasn't, and I say this like this is not a bad thing. It wasn't a particularly physical game last night. It was back and forth a little bit. The Mavs are doing a lot of scrambling on defense, but that's just like lung tired. It's a different thing to be like physically tired. Like, for example, if they would have played the Heat last night, I'd be a little more worried. But tonight, I'm looking for Coop to have a pretty good game. Mavs starting lineup is out. Mike Curtis just tweeted it from the DMN. Ryan Nembhard gets the start again. Max Christie, Cooper Flagg, PJ Washington, and any guesses?
Cisse.
Any guesses? All right, we got a Cisse guess. Ron?
Well, I've tweeted it as well, so I know it is.
Oh, all right. Well, darn. It's Dwight Powell. Dwight Powell getting the start at the 5 tonight. Zubac's a tough assignment, man. That's all I could say.
I'm going to be honest, just looking at the lineup, again, we have almost 100 people in here. I really do appreciate everyone, because if you're watching this show right now, you genuinely, 1, love seeing our faces, 2, love hearing us talk. And you are not just a Mavericks fan. You can say, I am a die-hard Dallas Mavericks fan. If you were watching Dwight Powell and Moussa Cisse front court minutes, like to start games, you legit love this team. And I respect it. I really, really do.
I don't think Cisse is in there, too. Yeah,
it's Dwight.
Dwight with PJ.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Dwight.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I was just clarifying.
Yeah, no, it's Ryan Nembhard and Dwight Powell, dude. Did you ever think we would be closing out the month of November with a Ryan Nembhard, Dwight Powell pick and roll centric offense?
Didn't.
Did you ever think that those two guys would be on the floor at the same time at any point this season?
I did not. I mean, look, Ryan Nembhard is a player that, like, we on this podcast were kind of big enough. We thought he could be a cool addition to the team. And I genuinely think he'd be starting minutes, like be the starting point guard before December, before Christmas. I did not. Moussa Cisse, Dwight Powell, all these players are expected to play heavy minutes tonight. I would assume so, right? I didn't expect, kind of either of those guys to be kind of doing that at this point in the calendar. But with injuries, you're going to have to go deeper and deeper into your team. I'm pretty sure we're going to see some Caleb Martin minutes tonight. These are the players that have to play when you're out this many guys, Bobby, and they're just at that point.
Is that a threat? We're going to see some Caleb Martin minutes. Felt the shiver running down my spine. All right, let's talk about the Clippers for a few minutes here before we tell you how to win some money on Prize Picks. James Harden this season, 27.6 points. That's his most per game since the 2019-20 season. 8.6 assists per game. He has been really, really dang good. Granted, the Clippers aren't winning a lot of games, but Harden's been great. I'll preface this with the quote. Last night, Lucas said, quote, You play 4-on-3. That's the easiest basketball you can play. The Mavs were doubling Luka all night, and the Lakers did make it look pretty easy. But, Ron, how would you defend James Harden tonight? He had a great game against the Mavs last time they played.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of NBA personnel people have always kind of compared the two players of Harden and Luka. I think there's some differences, but like, sure, if we're just going to just base comp of player, sure. James Harden's having a really good season, everybody. I think a lot of people maybe thought that he was at the end of his career, thought that maybe he might be a little washed. I'm not saying he's Houston James Harden because that's one of the 40 best players probably in NBA history. But right now, he's probably going to make third team All NBA, if not even higher. He's playing to that level. So if they're playing to double James Harden, like they were doing Austin Reeves last night, it's not going to work out. We saw what Mark Stein tweeted about that being one of the most efficient actions of the season so far in Austin Reeves pick and roll. If they're planning to run that same action against an even better passer in James Harden, a similar result will ensue.
And, what made, I think, the decision to double Luka last night really catastrophic is the Lakers had Austin Reeves, who had really had it going, and then LeBron, who did not have it going, but he's still able to pass and do a lot of stuff, be a connector, even if his shot isn't falling. The Clippers don't necessarily have that same level of talent. Kawhi is playing. He scored 39 points last night and is playing tonight on the second night of a back-to-back, which is really surprising to me. AD is out for the Mavs. Kawhi's in. Kawhi's gotten a few games under his belt since returning, whereas last night was AD's first game. But I would have figured Kawhi would not have played. They also have John Collins, of course, Mavs all-time killer, as well as Ivica Zubac, who is also an all-time Mavs killer. So they do have some other guys that can beat you around the basket, but they don't have that perimeter playmaking that the Lakers do. So I wonder if the Mavs will go to doubling Harden. But outside of Harden, and I guess I'll include Kawhi in this as well, who are you most worried about or most concerned with on the Clippers roster?
Zubac. I mean, before the season started, I thought he might have a chance to be an all-star. He probably still has a chance with the new international all-star aspect. I mean, he's one of the better centers in the league. He's just a problem because of his size. Like, even if the Mavs were healthy, he would still pose a problem. He's just a huge presence in the paint. He gets a ton of offensive rebounds. He can defensive rebound. He guards the rim. While his feet, quote unquote, might not be fast, there's really no one on Dallas's roster, at least is healthy right now, that can really even force that to be a problem. Like maybe PJ Washington, but you can't really go small because then he'll dominate you on the boards again. So Zubac really worries me his matchup. I wouldn't be surprised if he had like a 20 point 13, 14 rebound game with 2 blocks. I just really wouldn't be surprised at all.
Conversely, whenever the Mavs have the ball, I'm really, I wouldn't say concerned necessarily, but I'm really interested in watching Kawhi guard Coop. I think Kawhi's got this rare combination of length and physicality and just raw strength. Coop is able to really overwhelm guys that are about his size because he's so dang strong, especially if he gets his head down and goes to the rim. But Kawhi is one of the few guys I think that are his size, or maybe even a little smaller than Coop, that does have that upper and lower body strength to really get into Coop and not budge whenever he tries and drives.
Definitely.
And then meanwhile, they also have Chris Dunn, who is a little, he's not as big, not as strong, but he's got really good hands and is really aggressive in your face. You got to take care of the ball around him. So it's going to be an interesting matchup, man. It's going to be a really interesting matchup for Coop. And then the same thing could be said for the other Mavs. If Kawhi is on Coop, that means Dunn is on Nembhard. That's pretty tough, I think, for Nembhard. Chris Dunn is a really disruptive defender. And if Dunn is on Coop, that means Kawhi is maybe on PJ. And then where are you hiding Harden? Are you putting Harden on Max? I don't know. I'm really curious to see how they line up. Any final words before I tell the viewers how to win some money tonight?
I would just say, just to piggyback on you about the Chris Dunn matchup. I mean, he's one of the best point guard defenders in the NBA. It's Ryan Nembhard's second start NBA career, and you get Chris Dunn. I mean, welcome to the NBA. I mean, last night, it was on the other end. He had to guard, and that was his welcome to the NBA moment, having to guard those Los Angeles for the Lakers. Now on this end, he has to be guarded by one of the best point guard defenders in the NBA. So he's had 2 games where he's had some really tough matchups. So welcome to the NBA, Ryan Nembhard. Let's see if he can swim instead of sinking.
Don't worry. We got the counter. We got the games counter. Tanner put it together. We will show you how many games he has left on the postgame show. It is startlingly low already. All right, let's get to our prize picks pick of the night. Last night, we got done dirty. Cooper Flagg let me down by 1 point, and that was a big letdown. But tonight, we bounce back, baby. Cooper Flagg, you are going to get 1 steal tonight or more. You're going to get more than 0.5 steals. I'll even take 0.6. Ivica Zubac's more than 11.5 rebounds. That dude is a straight-up glass-eating ball gobbler. And James Harden, more than 6.5 assists. I think if the Mavs do double him, Harden's going to be able to find a lot of shooters. If they don't double him, Harden gets downhill, is going to be able to find Zubac for some drop-off passes and etc. That $5 pick would net me $17.50 if you want to play along. Download Prize Picks today. Use promo code DLLS whenever you sign up. Make a $5 play, and your account will be blessed with $50 in free plays to use anytime you like. And Prize Picks, it's good to be right. It is also still Black Friday, okay? It's almost Sunday here in a few hours, but our Black Friday sale is still on. Everything on our website is at least 30% off. Something's up to 90% off. We got a Luka inspired shirt that is available for $6. That did not go last year. So if you want to get some cheapies, if you want to get some great deals, head to alldlls.com, click the merch tab, and that will take you to our locker where you can do some shopping for yourself or for the special folks in your life. All right, Ron, let's take a look at the injury report. Tanner, fire that thing up. We got a lot of people. Wow. Hang on, there's a lot of, I got to squint real hard. Anthony Davis out with left calf injury management. Dante Exum, OFS, is that out for season? Dang.
Yes.
Right knee injury management. Daniel Gafford is out with right ankle injury management. Kyrie Irving is out. Obviously, Derek Lively II is out still. Who knows when we'll see him again. Klay Thompson initially was out and then was like, no, he is playing. I did not know you could do that.
Yep.
Brad Beal out for the season. Bogdan Bogdanovic, who had a really big fourth quarter whenever the Mavs played the Clippers a couple weeks ago, he's out. Derek Jones Jr., who caused Coop some fits the last time they played, he's out with a knee sprain. And then Jordan Miller. What can you tell me about Jordan Miller, Ron?
Well, here we go, everybody. So I'm just joking. I have nothing. I'm sorry. Jordan Miller, probably a good guy, but on another, with Bogdan being out and Derek Jones Jr., those were players that did play really well against Dallas. So I mean, them being out is like not a nothing burger. Like that does mean something. Bogdan was shooting the crap out of the basketball. I mean, Clippers do have some players on the bench, but Chris Paul really hasn't played for this team. He's caught a ton of DNPs over the last 2 weeks. Maybe he plays tonight with a bunch of their guys out, but at this point, that their quote unquote deep team that a lot of people thought entering the season, with Beal out and those two guys out, is getting a lot more thin. Brook Lopez was supposed to be the steal of the offseason, and he really just hasn't been that guy for them anymore.
I wonder tonight, though, if he's going to have a decent game, with all the bigs out. For Dallas, you figured that the bigs would be prominently featured, but one guy that's playing tonight, obviously, that did not play the last time they met is Kawhi. So that is, a totally different factor for the Mavs to take into consideration. Granted, that Harden-focused offense was really good the last time they played. As far as Mavs player spotlights go, I don't know. I don't know who to spotlight tonight. Kevin Gray is in the chat. You can let me know, KG. A lot of Mavs are out. Nemby?
Yeah, Nimhard, a.k.a. Nimb, to the DLS Mavs podcast.
I'm going to call him Nimby because he's better than Wimby. He's the new Wimby, Nimby.
Oh, no. No one please clip that. We don't deserve it.
Well, you think he's wrong? You think I'm wrong?
Look, on another note, I do think that if James Harden is guarding Ryan Nimhard, which probably won't be the case for a lot of the game, I think James Harden genuinely does not want to play defense a lot of the time, especially at his big age. I wouldn't be surprised if Ryan Nimhard blew past the guy a couple of times. Not saying, again, that'll be his primary matchup. I just wouldn't be surprised. Again, if that is the matchup, if I'm Ryan Nimhard, I'm getting my money. You got to pick your spot. I wouldn't be going to Chris Dunn every play. You get James Harden, I'm going to get my money.
He's putting the beard on blast, Tanner. Who's your Mavs player spotlight tonight?
Cisse.
Okay.
Just 'cause.
All right.
Enjoy him while you can, because yeah.
Who's gonna have more minutes played between Musa and Dwight?
Musa.
No, probably Dwight, because
I hope it's Musa.
I'd hope so too, but he's gonna get in foul trouble.
Luke says spotlight Caleb Martin. No.
Oh
no, Luke, you're lucky I like you. You're lucky I like you.
Just like Cissay's gonna foul Zubac like
25 times.
Yeah.
Wait,
I think they both might foul
D'Angelo
out.
Russell.
Oh my God. Oh no, we can't spotlight. Do you think D'Lo plays tonight?
Yes.
Well, okay. How about this? Oh,
no,
in the
Tanner,
comments,
feel free. Make your opinion heard.
I'm gonna say
like
over and under in the comments.
Like...
5 minutes. D'Angelo Russell. Everyone, drop in the comments what you think. Over under. D'Lo plays 5 minutes tonight. Not a lot.
I'm gonna take the under.
Very little over and under. So if you take the under, you're saying he's not playing. Like, I mean, let's just be honest. If you take the over,
I think he's catching a DNP. Yeah, I mean, I guess the one way he plays is if Nembhard just comes out and stinks up the joint, you know,
or blowout season.
No, then you're just playing Nembhard. You only got 50 games. You got to make them count.
This is true. There's no reason to
make him count.
Save him. Yeah, there's no reason to save him.
All right, so I'm not going to lie. I have 3 keys to the game, but that usually only takes about 5 minutes, so we can really stretch it and go 9 if you want.
Bet.
Or do you have any jokes? You got like a tight 5? You just want to take the stage?
Well, look, I have a good comment from since Anthony Davis is not playing tonight. I can talk about him for a second.
Yeah.
So one, just from our show yesterday, which again, over 700 people like live at some points. Again, shout out to all of you sickos for watching us that late at night. We love all of you. But Anthony Davis, who I thought had a pretty solid game last night, right? Cool. But a lot of people in the comments were very upset about just him like even being seen, Bobby. So my question, one to people in the comments before I talk is like, is there anything that AD can do to like even be like a neutral watch for Mavs fans? Like, I'm not even saying he has to be a fan favorite. I'm just saying, like, can he like be like the second to last person's name called, and it won't be like quiet as it's been in some games? Because I think he has provided some like he was really good on defense last night. Was he good on offense? Like, he didn't really do much. He was okay. He scored only 20 points. I don't think he's a top 15 player right now. He is injured. There's a chance he can show top 20-ish play before the deadline. I wouldn't like count on it, but it's possible. I think he shows some flashes. I'm glad that he's not playing back-to-backs, Bobby. I'll tell you that. At least we're not forcing him to do that. That'd be terrible if they were forcing someone recover from a catch to play back-to-backs. So they're sitting him out. But I did think he did show some flashes, everybody. So I'm a very neutral party. I'm not from Dallas. I didn't grow up with Mavericks fans. I don't have the rife that a lot of Dallas Mavericks fans have. So I'm always interested to see what you all think. Is there anything that Anthony Davis could do? Okay, I see somebody in the comments that I like AD. This is Johnny that said that. Some people are saying that AD, they're neutral. That's my only question. Can we get, not we, but can you all become neutral on Anthony Davis? Is that in the card? Because if, like Mark Stein said last night, Bobby, it's not a guarantee the package is going to be good. And like you said, if the package is a trash, take it or leave it type of package at that point, and just maybe sit him for the back end of the season to get the pick.
Yeah. I do agree with what Tef says. AD is a play finisher. He's going to look 10 times better with Kyrie running point guard. I think that's really the great shame for all of us that we don't. I mean, maybe some people keep that in mind, but like, I mean, this is sort of a backhanded compliment, but AD looked great in that debut game against the Rockets before he got hurt. We saw one half basically of Kyrie and AD playing basketball, and they looked really good. Then they have not played together since, and who knows when they will. It probably won't be in calendar year 25. And it might be literally never if AD gets traded before Kyrie comes back or AD gets hurt or whatever. They might literally never play together again. And I do think we would have a different opinion, not only about AD, but also about the trade had he not gotten hurt. But, I mean, unfortunately, that's just a big part of the story. And I think, you know, part of the thing I think that makes him a frustrating watch at times is kind of you're always thinking, like, man, he's going to get hurt again when? Like, when is it? Oh, God, he fell down. Like, that's – you know, it's kind of like what happened with KP, too. I think a lot of Mavs fans are just sort of worried all the time that KP would get hurt, which does it strips away the joy, I think, of watching them because you're just always thinking about when that other shoe is going to drop. But it's tough, man. It's tough.
PTSD from KP.
Sarah said, I felt so bad for AD last night. He looked sad. Yeah, I mean, he didn't say anything to LeBron on camera. Like, he didn't ask for this, man. He didn't ask for this. And so no matter how you feel about the trade, no matter how you feel about AD's injury, like, this wasn't his idea. He literally just works here, you know? All right, let's get to some keys to the game, okay? Because we got 4 minutes and 47 seconds left before tip-off.
Let's get it.
Defense wins ... games, question mark? The Mavs are down to 6th in defensive rating after last night. They were 2nd going into that game. The Clippers, though, are 28th. Yikes. Last night, the Mavs had their 2nd best offensive rating in a game all season. So can the Mavs score enough points to make the Clippers defense look as bad as it has been?
I think who's going to actually do it? I would love for this to be a PJ Washington 30 ball, a PJ Washington 25 ball. But it might take a lot of shots. I think he can beat John Collins, who I don't think John Collins I think he's a negative defender. I'm just going to be honest with everybody. I don't. He's never really been a positive. He's maybe been at best neutral. You can beat John Collins. Kawhi is still a good defender, but like if Kawhi's your primary defender, it's like LeBron being your primary defender at this age. It's not a good strategy for their age. They can't do it for extended minutes. So you can attack him is what I'm trying to say early in games. So there's a chance because the defense is that bad, but I don't know if the Mavericks have a player or players to really be able to capitalize. But, maybe this is the Najee Marshall game, Bobby.
I think the player that's most likely to score 30 against the Clippers is D'Lo, which is really weird because he might not even play tonight. Do the second chance points thing again, guys. Last night, the Mavs won the second chance points battle 26-4. Oh, my God. They still lost by 10, but they were active on the glass. In their last meeting with the Clippers, the Mavs won the second chance points battle 15-10. Zubats is an absolute demon, but the Mavs are still able to outscore them. Keep him off the offensive glass and keep attacking the glass. That's especially true for Cisse and Dwight.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think this kind of was the strategy for the Mavs to win games before the season started. Sadly, again, we haven't seen all 3 centers. I think that's still a way they can kind of win ugly, win like the Pittsburgh Steelers, with Mason Rudolph at quarterback. You have to go defense and just win ugly. It's not going to be a pretty win, but it resulted in some win games. So they have to win ugly, and that's a way they can win ugly.
Lastly, and I do mean this sincerely, I really want both teams to have fun. Like, these teams are miserable, dude. They're miserable. They're hurt. They're bad. They keep losing. They're old. Like, it's just, ugh. So, which team tonight, both of them on the second night of the back-to-back, which team is going to have more juice? And most importantly, which team plays like they want to be there? Like, which team plays like they want to be playing basketball? I think that team could it could be a blowout tonight if one team wants to be there and the other doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, the Mavs fans and Clippers fans are 2 of the most, hurt fans. I mean, the Clippers, one investigation. 2, we know about the draft picks. 3, we know that they drafted SGA, possibly the second or even to some people the first best player in the NBA. And he's on another team winning an MVP trophy. I mean, they have it really, really tough, everybody. And the guy that, just like Mavs fans can get mad at Anthony Davis, the guy that kind of made all their problems is still playing everybody. His name's Kawhi Leonard. The reason why those picks were traded, the reason why the investigation is being investigated, all of these issues go back to that one player, very similar to Anthony Davis, even though he didn't ask for any of this, unlike Kawhi Leonard. So both fan bases are fighting right now. So, yeah, I hope it's fun.
Fun will be had by someone, hopefully by us. We make it more fun to be a sports fan, but sometimes the Mavs make it easy on us, and sometimes they don't. Sometimes they make it very hard on us. Hopefully tonight is not one of those nights like last night, but win, lose, fun. What's the opposite of fun? Pain? Agony?
Pain.
Torture?
Yeah.
Pain? Fun or pain? We'll be back with you on the post-game show 10 or 15 minutes after that final buzzer sounds to break down all the action that happens on the floor tonight between the Mavericks and the Clippers. Ron will be joining us remotely from an undisclosed location. Mark Stein will be joining us in studio. Tanner and I will still be here. So everyone go enjoy the game, and we'll see you soon. Ron, hey, how are you? You're going to be able to watch the game, right? Way out where you are?
Yeah, of course. We have a great cable service, and I'll be able to pay for the game the authentic way.
Wow. Dude, what an honorable man. What an honorable man. We're using GM Ben's cable login to watch this one. All right, Ron, enjoy the game, and we will see you after the game. Tanner, do you want to take Ron off and me do the sign-off, or do you just want me to sign off with both of us?
Let's make it as awkward as possible. And just think about it and talk about it for a little while now.
Okay, so I mean, the pros would be that we just do it quickly. The con would be that it kind of drags like this. We're gonna talk about that, and we'll be back on the post-game show. Hopefully, it's less awkward.
Now am I taking Ron off? Or am I
No, leave Ron on.
Okay.
Leave Ron on, and I'm gonna say goodbye right now. Goodbye. We'll see you soon. After the.
We all silly like the mayor.